Check 1 2. 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 Check check check. 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check check check. 1 2 1 2. Check 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 1 2.
fine. Merry Christmas to everybody. Well, they got all kind of stuff up here. Well, I'll go ahead and call the BOC work session to order. And I want to welcome our guests and elected officials. And I think that, oh, can you hear me better now? Better put my mouth up there to it. I do want to say that Mr. Glenn Wood, thank you for being our guest. And I know that Micah will be here later on, Micah Gravely. So Sheriff Henson, good to have you, buddy. And Judge O'Connor, I think she's in the audience. I see you now. Thank you. And Doris Debbie, good to have you. It sure is. Did I miss anybody? Nope. It's gonna be sort of a long meeting. We got a lot to go over and a lot to stuff. But as a reminder, if you will, take your cell phones and put them on silent for us. I better do the same thing. I forget. I tell y'all do it, and then I forget to do it. Marshall, if I can get you to bring up our sign-in sheet for me, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, I found this on the web. For if I get you to bring up a sign sheet for me, I'd appreciate it.
Well, good. Thank you so much. I have more than just one assistant, Dawn. Do what?
More than one bossy assistant.
Yeah, I know it.
Turn it way down.
I thought I did.
Oh, I don't know. You want me to hold it?
No, because I'm reading some stuff off of it. And Mr. Joey Meeks. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to be here, sir.
And I do know that some things have happened over the last day or two. So if you will, when you pray, I'm going to bring you up in just a minute. But, you can come on up now. I want you to pray for Micah in Fleet. His wife, Ashley, had a pretty bad stroke, and she's not doing real well from the last word I've got. Does anybody else have any more word about that?
She's making some improvements.
Do what?
She is making some improvements.
She is making some improvement. So will you remember Ashley when you pray for it? You already got it on there. Somebody's already got you. But I know you've been married for 44 years. You got 2 grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you are married to, is it Tammy?
Tammy.
Tammy. Been pastoring for 18 years at Tabernacle Baptist Church in Temple, and been with the Paulding County Church for 13 years. Thanks for everything you do.
Yeah, thank you.
You've worked hard and you've had a lot of success in that arena, haven't you? I've heard a lot of great things. You love leather work.
Mm-hmm.
I need a new belt.
I got them.
Yeah, I bet you do. And you do knives.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some of your knives, and I appreciate that. And you're one of the vendors at our new Christmas vendor.
I
Good.
am.
Where's your booth going to be?
Going to be inside the tent
Oh, good.
if it gets here.
If it gets here. Well, I'm going to get everybody to stand. You pray for us, and then lead us in the
All right.
pledge of
Be glad
allegiance.
to. Let us pray. Father, we love you, and again, we thank you so much for, Lord, the blessings of life and all the opportunities you give us in this wonderful country, Father. But as we come, number one, Father, we pray for Ashley, Father. I pray that your healing hand would be on her. I pray that you just give them strength. I pray that you touch Micah in a very special way, Father. And it's our prayer, Father, for our commissioners, Father. They have a lot of tough decisions, a lot of problems arise, Father. And I pray, God, that you'd calm their minds and their hearts, Father. Praying, Lord, that you'd help them, give them the wisdom, Father, to do what's best for our county. We pray for our school system, Father, the teachers and all the students, Father. And there's so much going on. And, Father, the fire and Lord, the EMS father and our sheriff's office, the marshal's father, the GSP. I'm asking you today to build a huge hedge of protection around all of our public safety, Father. I pray for their mind, their body, and their spirit. And I pray that you give each one here just a great day, Father. And again, we ask that everything be done in order. We love you, thank you, and we praise you so much for the reason for Christmas, the Lord Jesus Christ. We love you, thank you, and praise you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
All right, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen. Thank y'all for the opportunity.
Thank you, Joey. And we got a big crowd, a lot of things going on, so it's good to see everybody. And I do know that we're having somewhere around 7,000 people watching our VOC work session online. So spread the word that you can actually, if you can't make it, you can actually see everything online. At this time, I want to give you, or say there's a reminder to review the minutes. I think they're back on the back table. That would be from November the 11th. 2025 work session minutes, and also November the 11th of 25. The board meetings are available on the back table. Announcements. At this time, we're going to do the Paulding County ADAD event at Union Elementary School, so y'all watch.
I'm Paul Champy. I'm the Executive Director of Elementary School Operations, and we are at Union Elementary today with our Wildcats, as you can see behind me. We are here today to teach the benefit of making good choices and avoiding bad choices like alcohol and drugs. We are making sure our kids leave with a message of make those good decisions throughout the rest of your lives. But as we deliver really good messages of positivity and making those good choices, I see the kids as they start out at kindergarten actually live those messages each year as they go through their elementary careers. And our hope is that as they leave 5th grade, they take those good messages with them, because choices only get harder as you get older. If you get the opportunity or the phone call to say, hey, we want to bring this program to your school, you jump on it and be part of the planning process, because you have the ability to spread that message across all of your students and community all at one time. And it is a benefit for the rest of their careers.
Good. How many's ever been to an ADAD? One of the pretty neat, pretty impressive, ain't it? At this time, the Board of Commissioners, along with the Planning Commission, would like to recognize Jody Palmer as his years of service at the Paulding County Planning. Okay, Chris, you're going to be there, right? I didn't look like you. Look like.
Just wanted to make a few comments. I've known Jody for over 20 years. Consider him a good friend, and just wanted to let him know that we're grateful, the Planning Commission, Board of Commissioners through the years, for his long service. I believe it was it's been a while since, I believe you replaced Bob Ballantyne with the City of Hiram representative back in the day, and then became Post 4 representative for the many years. But we just wanted to say we're grateful. We're going to miss you a whole lot, and we're thankful for your dedication, thankful for helping me out in sometimes when I might have made up a new zoning category up here. And we're just really great. And I just wanted to say thank you from me, and thank you for all our staff over the years. And we're sure going to miss you, but we're going to stay in touch, and you know, we might get him back one day. Who knows?
Thank you, Chris. How many years of service?
I think it was over 17, close to 18, somewhere in there.
I've heard 19. I've heard everything. So
Yeah.
how much was it? Does anybody know?
It was July 27th or 4th, 2007.
He's
was
been
his
great.
first meeting, and he got introduced by Boyd Austin. Back in the day, so.
So how many years was it, Jody? 18 and a half. We had to put that half in there, didn't you?
It's all good. It's all good.
Uh,
There's a plaque up here, and I don't know if this photo or something.
Bring him up. Come on up, Jody. Here you go, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you very
You're
much.
gonna be missed. You've been great.
I'm not accustomed to this. I usually stand off to the side. Camera can.
Well, you're gonna get your picture, and
You're
we're
in the
gonna
middle
get them with
today.
you. That's right. Look at there. You grinning like a possum back there.
Thank you very much.
Pretty awesome. And also, the Board of Commissioners, along with the Civil Service Board, would like to recognize Lauren Wills for 20 years of service at the Paulding County Civil Service Board. So, who is Miss Palmer? Yep. You can go anywhere you want to, buddy.
Well, what I have to say won't take about 25 or 30 minutes.
Well, and she's gonna have a little introduction for you back over there.
We're here this morning to honor Mr. Wills. On behalf of the employees and citizens of Paulding County, we extend our deepest gratitude to Mr. Wills for the extraordinary dedication and service. For the past 20 years, Mr. Wills has faithfully served on the Paulding County Civil Service Board, holding the position of chairman throughout his entire tenure. His stated leadership, fairness, and compassion have guided our process with integrity and care. Under his chairmanship, countless decisions have been made with wisdom and balance, and always keeping the best interest of our communities at heart. We will truly miss his steady hand and thoughtful presence, but his legacy will serve continuously to expire years to come. Thank you, Mr. Wills, for your unwavering commitment to Paulding County.
Now you can turn around and look at me. Congratulations, buddy. Here's your plaque. You put that wherever Peggy wants you. her to put it.
Yeah, I'll make room for this. This
Oh.
is special.
Okay, we're gonna get a picture.
Most of it's been good, but there's been some rough spots along the way. But by and large, it's good. And I've met some wonderful people. And my dad told me, he said, son, the way we learn, the only way we can learn is talking to people and reading good books. And I've tried to do that, and I enjoy reading. I've got a few books at home. If you've ever been in my house, you know what I'm talking about. Thank you, everybody, for.
Thank you, buddy.
Bye.
Appreciate it. All right, this time we will go over the bid awards. And the first one is discuss action to authorize the purchase of a new air to light truck apparatus for the Paulding County Fire Rescue in the amount of $598,805.89 for the Department Capital Outlay of fiscal year 2026 budget. This purchase will be completed using the GAC contract number FS 12-23 price. Funding will be allocated through SPLOST and the tax fire, Chief Brubaker.
Yes, so this is to add a specialty apparatus to our fleet. The air and light truck allows us to refill the air cylinders that our personnel wear while on scene. Right now, we do have a older rescue that was turned into an air and light vehicle, but it does not have the capabilities to refill on scene. So this vehicle is not in service 24/7. They'll respond to a structure fire. We'll take the cylinders off of it, and then they're having to go back to our maintenance facility to refill them. The vehicle that we're asking for gets in line with what Douglas County has, Cobb County has, and it allows us to have an extended operational period on scene to where we can refill while we're there, to where we're not having any break in the service we're providing to our citizens. We requested $600,000 in the capital outlay, and our apparatus committee did a phenomenal job getting it right there at the mark. The turnaround time for this is about 6 to 8 months, so it's definitely something that's needed, something that's going to help us just provide a better service to the citizens, and it's also going to allow us to keep our personnel safer. So this truck does come with a bunch of lights on it, so night operations and things like that, we can light the scene up. Hopefully alleviate some of our workers' comp claims. I know us, we're one of the leading ones with worker comp, and this is just one of those things that we can do to hopefully alleviate some of that just by lighting up the scene to where they can see the trip hazard instead of just catching them and hitting the ground. So the HGAC contract, this is how one of our aerial apparatus was purchased a few years ago, I believe back in like 2016. So this just allows a quicker bid process. So these companies have already been vetted. Williams Fire Apparatus is the one that's actually going to be building this vehicle over in Alabama. Again, our committee did a phenomenal job. They went all the way down to Savannah looking at vehicles, crossing Alabama, Carroll. So I believe they put together the best vehicle that we could possibly have for our needs here in Paulding County.
Good. Any questions? Thank you, Chief.
Absolutely.
Second would be to discuss action to approve the purchase of a wireless mobile column lift from ARI Heltra, utilizing the Sourcewell contract in the amount of $57,530.72. Funding will be allocated through the general fund.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning.
This will be number 3, 4, and 5. These are all going to be equipment for the new fleet maintenance building. This mobile column wireless lift is a set of 4 columns, which will allow us to lift heavy equipment and vehicles. Can also be taken apart and used as 2 lifts to maybe work on lowboy trailers and stuff inside of the fleet maintenance facility. And this is under a Sourcewell contract for $57,530.72.
Any questions on this one? Thank you. You can go to the next one.
Mr. Chairman, you go ahead and read 4.
Go ahead and read that. The next one will be discuss action to approve the purchase of 10 lifts from Vehicle Service Group utilizing the GSA contract in the amount of $138,296.72, and funding will be allocated through the general fund.
These 10 lifts are going to be rotary lifts and are on the GSA contract. 4 of them are going to be 4-post drive-on lifts, which also comes with 4 rolling jacks. The rolling jacks are placed underneath the drive-on lifts so that you can lift the vehicle off the rack and work on the tires. We also have 6 2-post lifts, or 6 2-post lifts, and this all includes installation, extended warranty, internal airline kits, delivery setup, training, and for $1,038,296.72 from the general fund.
Any questions? Thank you. And the next one we will discuss action to approve the purchase of tire equipment for the new fleet of maintenance building in the amount of $132,355.42 from Mohawk Lift utilizing the Sourcewell contract. Funding will be allocated through the general fund.
This brand is Hunter Tire Equipment, is what we're used to working with in the fleet maintenance facility. And this will consist of 1 heavy-duty tire balancer, a light-duty tire balancer, a brake lathe, heavy-duty tire changer, a center clamp tire changer, and a tabletop tire changer. And this was allocated through general fund.
Any question on this one? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Was you gonna say something, Jeremiah?
No, sir, I was just here for backup.
Oh, okay. Next, we will discuss action to approve the purchase of 25 in-car camera systems in the amount of $273,500 from Motorola for the sheriff's office utilizing the Sourcewell contract. Funding will be allocated through SPLOST. Sheriff Henson.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, Mr. Phillips, Ms. Pollard, and Mr. Grimsley. It's an honor to be here, and we're excited to present to you 25 in-car camera systems. So you're probably thinking, what in the world is an in-car camera system? And so a few months ago, you guys approved the purchase of some new patrol cars, and so this particular purchase is to outfit those cars with the camera system. And what's exciting is this actually couples with item number 7, which we'll talk about in just a moment. But for this one particularly, the system encompasses a camera that actually affixes inside the car, and one camera faces forward. And so we'll have one camera that faces in the rear where the inmate would be, and then we'll have an additional body camera, which comes in that purchase price. So this system will have all the camera needs that a deputy will need to go out and conduct any kind of patrol functions. And I'll pass this around in just a moment, but this is what we're going to talk about in agenda item 7. And just for some clarity, you're probably thinking, man, that's a lot of money. So it's about a little less than $11,000 per system. But bear in mind, the cost of the car is $51,000. That's what it costs to purchase a Ford Explorer police package vehicle. And then you add on about $32,000 of additional monies for the equipment. These cars are bumping mid-80s for an outfitted patrol car, and that includes your computer, your radio system, push bumper lights, decals, your in-car camera system. So I think it's important to note that these cars are state-of-the-art. And so now this is not your old strobe lights and things like that. These are integrated LEDs, and they have a brain. So actually, when these new patrol cars, when we have multiple cars that come to a scene, their lights can actually sync. And so when it gets to a situation where the car's put in park, the lights will actually pulse a different frequency, so it's not as tough on the motorist eyes, especially at nighttime. So it's pretty neat, and it'll actually sync with GSP and some other agencies that are around here that have this same technology. But the system is a Motorola system, and one of the reasons that we went with Motorola is because we have used Motorola camera systems in prior to my time. And then with our new radio system coming online, it's also Motorola. So there's a lot of interconnectivity between our camera systems, our body cameras, and our radio system. And so we felt like that was a good choice to continue working with Motorola. And so that's for item number 6. And so I'll let you read number 7.
That would be discuss action to award the purchase of 150 body-worn cameras from Motorola Solutions for the Sheriff's Office in the amount of $594,082. Funding will be allocated through the general fund.
Yes, sir. So this directly ties in with the other purchase, but this was something that took place. This was a grant, and so this grant was secured while Sheriff Gullidge was in office. And so what happens with this is the Bureau of Justice Assistance actually purchases half of this. So this was a matching grant. So $297,000 comes from the Bureau of Justice Assistance. And once we make the purchase, they will reimburse the county half that money. So half comes from us and half comes from the grant. And this is something that's been in the works for a little over a year. And so we're excited to have that. One of the things that we talked about was the implementation of body cameras. And so as probably the end of this month, Gabe, is that about right?
Yeah, end of the month for both our detention center and getting patrol fully outfitted with body-worn cameras.
And so these body-worn cameras will be on every deputy and jailer, and they're pretty interesting. They affix to the uniform shirt, and they clip on and off, and I can pass them around if you guys want to see them. But they're pretty nice units, and they are going to promote transparency. They're going to keep our citizens safe. They're going to keep our deputies safe. And it's just the next step that we have to take to ensure that our deputies are doing the right thing every single time. And the deputies like it because it just gives them that extra added level of security, I guess you could say, because we have a lot of times people complain and they'll say, you know, this deputy said this or that. Well, okay, well, let's look at the body cam. And so if they did something wrong, obviously we'll take care of it. If they didn't, then we show the video to the person and they walk away with their tail tucked. Something else we're excited about is we've got these new decals we're putting on our cars, and it's got a QR code. One of the biggest challenges you guys know that we've faced is manpower issues, and so we're working on some plans that we'll bring to you guys in the coming months. But this is a quick way for anybody who's looking for a career in law enforcement with the sheriff's office. Hit this QR code and it'll take you to our page, and you can apply there. But if anybody's got any questions about the cameras, I'd love to try to answer them.
We'll ask for questions, but we've already gone over it. We've spent a lot of time on this.
Yes, sir.
This past Friday.
Yes, sir. We covered
So
it.
any questions?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Ashley, how long does it take for a car to be outfitted with everything?
That is a great question. And
About 6 months, but COVID, and we have to, I know we always go back to COVID. During that time, something changed in the industry of upfitting cars. And so we actually have 24 budget cars that are still at the upfitters. It's been almost 18 months to get these cars done. And so they build them 2 at a time. They build 2 for Sandy Springs, they build 2 for Roswell, they build 2 for Paulding. And so when we stretch those weeks out of these upfitters building cars, I mean, it's an ordeal. And sometimes, like, we have cars right now that we took to South Carolina to get built because they said they would build them and could build them for our HEAT grant,
which we've
by
got
the
to get
end
going.
of the year, or we start moving into default for our highway enforcement of aggressive traffic. So, you know, I mean, we're having to go out of state to build cars, which kind of touches.
If anybody would like to start
build
a new
cars.
business here in Paulding, I think that would be a pretty good one.
And you gotta have a lot of money.
Absolutely. It's definitely something that is problematic because you're looking at these cars. You got a car that's brand new with literally, you know, maybe 100 miles on it that's halfway out of warranty because we can't get these things built. So it is definitely a problem for us. And we've got cars that need to be replaced, and we can't get these new cars out there because we can't get them built. So it is definitely a problem. But I appreciate your sentiments. I wish there was someone out there locally that would take the lead and build an upfitting business.
Hint, hint.
There is. I've talked to them, so hopefully.
Chairman and I have been talking. He's working with some local businesses, so hopefully we can get a fire under some folks and maybe get some local businesses wanting to do this kind of work.
Good.
Thank you, Ashley.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions?
Actually, I was looking at the backup material here, both of these items include a 5-year subscription. Is that about the time expectancy?
So something I didn't mention that's probably important for you guys to know is that when these vehicles pull up, the data wirelessly downloads onto a server. And so some of those fees are subscription fees, so we can access that data down the road because you're talking about a tremendous amount. I mean, the policy is going to indicate that when they're on a call or some type of incident, this camera's on. And so if you're on the scene for quite some time, hours even, that's a lot of data to wirelessly transmit. So we've got to be able to, and we've been working with Will Lyons, our IT director, on all of the intricacies of getting that stuff done. And they've been great partners with us, but there's a lot of fees and subscriptions that we have to pay in order to make sure this data is stored and saved properly.
So it's basically the video feed is streaming live, basically.
So basically, on that note, right now the sheriff's office currently holds in evidence 150 petabytes worth of data. So there are fees that come with holding that size of information.
That sounds like a lot. I'd like to say I know what you're talking about.
That's a lot. Will could probably break it down better, but that's a lot of information.
Any other questions? Thank you, Sheriff Henson.
Thank y'all so much.
You can pass that camera over to Stephen and
Yeah,
we'll pass
absolutely.
it down. And Keith is gonna get it last, so you might not get it back. Next, to approve the purchase of an Object First backup storage with 3 years of support from SHI in the amount of $55,725.47. Funding will be allocated from general funds. Mr. Lyons.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. This agenda item is not going to be near as sexy as body cams, car video, twinkling lights, and all that kind of stuff, but nevertheless, it is equally important. Over the past several months, my team and I have been reviewing backup solutions that are available on the market, looking for something that has the capacity we need, the reliability, and long-term support. Today, I'm happy to recommend the Object First backup hardware as that solution. It fits nicely into our data center. The solution offers my team the functions and the features that we need to be successful in protecting the county's digital assets. In today's challenging environment, with cyber attacks, data growth, and operational demands at an all-time high, having a modern, resilient backup plan is necessary. The hardware was approved in this year's budget, and it'll be funded through the general fund. The solutions price was acquired through state contract, ensuring the competitive pricing and adhering to the requirements of the purchasing manual. I recommend the board approve the purchase of the Object First hardware for $55,725,000 and 47 cents to SHI. And I can answer any questions that you guys might have on this item.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
What's the petabyte?
It's more than we can back up right now, so we are backing it up to the cloud.
Okay, thank you.
Any others? Thank you, Mr. Lyons.
Thank you.
There's no reports from the committees or departments at this time. Public participation on agenda items. The first one we're going to talk about is to approve the Paulding County Board of Commissioners policies and procedures, NORCAN administration protocols. The next one is to approve the following streets for perpetual maintenance. That's Meriwether Place, Phase 2A, and Cooper Lane, Cooperton Lane, and Meriwether Drive. Red Firm Court, and then Meriwether Place Phase 2B, and that's Borland Road, Culberry Street, Cottontail Lane, and Parkerton Street. Next is to adopt the proposed application for the public hearing dates and times for the Planning Commission, Zoning Board, and Appeals, Stream Buffer Development Waiver, Review the Committee, and Department Waiver Review Committee for the 2026 calendar year. Is Chris, you gonna say anything on that? You don't say anything, okay. Adopt the 2026 Paulding County Transfer Station designated schedule. Declare the following items listed for surplus for approval and approve their disposal through governmental donation, and there's 3 of those that you can actually read. Next would be to approve the dedication of easement on the tax parcel 174.2.007.quad 0 for the new sanitation sewer line from the Hiram Development Partners LLC, and the abandonment of the existing easement, which sanitary sewer was removed to Hiram Development Partners LLC. This easement is located in Post 3. Next is authorize the chairman to execute a utility easement agreement allowing the utility installation to service Landmark Investments LLC properties. Concurring with the existing interparcel access easement through the county storm water detention lot to have access to the Boulder View Parkway located in the Georgian Park subdivisions located in Post 2. At this time, we don't have any old business. What?
Asked to see if any of the commissioners want to move any of the consent agenda items to new business.
Commissioners, would you like to move any of these consent items to new business?
I'm fine with it, but I do want to say I'm pretty excited. I don't normally get too excited over sewer easements, but this one kind of welcomes Hungry Group to Paulding County, which plans to hire between 100 and 200 people. So that'll be great for the community.
Yep. Any other? All right, next we'll discuss the new business, and let's discuss action, authorize the board to approve and execute the application of the GDOT FY 2026 local maintenance and improve the grant LMIG in the amount of $2,554,386.83. And the required 30% match funds of $766,316.05, which will be allocated from the general funds. This project is located in post 1, 2, and 3. Next, we will discuss action to authorize the chairman to, you want to talk about that? Okay.
Yes, sir. Good morning. We're requesting the board to authorize the chairman to approve and execute the Local Maintenance Improvement Grant, also known as LMIG, funding application from the Georgia Department of Transportation, GDOT, with the required 30% minimum match funds. The LMIG program is funded from the state motor fuel tax collection. LMIG funding the county is eligible to apply for is formula-based, taking into account the county's population and public road miles maintained versus the state population and state public roads maintained. Private street mileage is not included in the formula. Paulding County, based on the current formula, will receive $2,554,386.83 in funding. By law, we're required to provide a 30% match in the LMIG funds, which equals $766,316.05. This is a 15% increase in the FY24 award. The county match funds, if approved, are to be allocated from general funds. We plan on utilizing LMIG for the resurfacing of roads. To receive the funds, we're required to complete an application containing the work to be accomplished, a project list, cost estimate, and anticipated let date for a contract. The project list includes 2 county roads, total of 8.6 miles, Bakers Bridge Road and East Paulding Drive. We're not held to this list. We're simply trying to encumber the funding. We can omit or change roads if needed. We're required to return the application to GDOT by February 1st, 2026, or we risk losing the funding.
Any questions or comments? Thank you, Mr. Jones. Another one for you is discuss action to authorize the chairman to execute a letter to support GDOT for a single lane roundabout at the intersection of State Route 6 Business. That's Macklin Road and Butler Industrial Drive under PI 0019896. The project is located in Post 1.
Yeah, the intersection of State Route 6, Business 6, otherwise known as local name Merchants Drive, Macklin Road, and Butler Industrial Drive is located in Post 1, partially within the incorporated city of Dallas limits. Current intersection operates as a stop-and-go traffic signal. Anybody who's been through there knows there's certain non-standard intersection geometrics, and there's heavy peak hour time flows, AM, PM, that it backs up traffic. GDOT in their work program has this intersection with the design as a single lane roundabout. GDOT is funding and managing all facets of the project, including preliminary engineering, utility, coordination, right-of-way, and construction using federal funding. GDOT has requested the county provide a letter of support for the installation of the roundabout at this location. Obviously, GDOT wants to ensure the local government is supportive of the project before they spend any significant time and funding on the project. The letter of support includes language that the county will pay for the cost to energize the street lighting system for the roundabout and assume responsibility for the operation, maintenance, and cost of the street lighting, and also pay for the mowing and maintain the landscaping associated with the project. Further along in the preliminary engineering process, as this project is forwarded by GDOT, we'll come forward with a local lighting project agreement and a mowing and maintenance agreement. We agree this is a worthwhile project. The city also agrees, and we request the board to consider signing the letter of support. We've also talked with the city of Dallas, the city manager and public works director. They're obviously in support of the project also. This has been a long time coming. Originally, the county came up with a roundabout concept for this location, and GDOT took it on, and we're appreciative of that.
Any questions or comments for Mr. Jones? Thank you. And the next one is, I think, very important to Paulding County. And that's to discuss action to adopt and sign joint resolution 2025-44 of a governing authority for of Bartow and Paulding County in support to explore the feasibility of a new intersection on Interstate 75 north of the 3rd Army Road.
Yes, sir. Yeah, in 2024, Paulding County is estimated to have a population of just under 189,000 residents, making it the 13th highest population among Georgia's counties. Paulding County has obviously continued. It's been the 3rd fastest growing county in the metro area for a while. We're going to projected to also stay in that range for the next foreseeable future, all the way to an expected growth of 267,000 by year 2050, I believe, according to the Atlanta Regional Commission. New and widened roadways will be required to accommodate the traffic at a reasonable levels of service and safety. The Board of Commissioners obviously realize the importance of improved connectivity to the interstate for its residents and commuters. Currently, commuters that travel, try to get to I-75, they're gonna have to go from Dabbs Bridge Road over to Blackacre Trail, and then they're gonna have to go up to Emerson or down towards Highway 92 in Cobb County. Through a joint resolution, Paulding County and Bartow County agreed to explore the feasibility of constructing additional interchange on I-75 north of 3rd Army Road in Bartow County. Paulding and Bartow will utilize their respective personnel and resources through cooperative and coordinated efforts to develop a plan and design for the new interchange that will be beneficial to both counties. It's obviously a mutual interest of both Bartow and Paulding to take proactive steps to work on something now before any type of connections are closed off. The corridor will start at a location in Dabbs Bridge Road in Paulding County and travel through Bartow County, across Cobb Parkway and over to I-75. Looking at the alignments, in theory, a alignment would be 1.4 miles from the Paulding County line, so very close compared to what we have now. Obviously, having this would help, with the other roads that are being widened right now, such as Highway 92, going right now from Crossroads up to Cobb Parkway. That's obviously will preserve capacity on that road, and also on the Cedar Crest Road widening project, which will be a 4-lane. So again, the more avenues and roads that you can take, it obviously helps. Paulding County is leading the effort for the conceptual engineering feasibility studies leading to interchange justification report, and if this is approved, we expect to start requesting or advertise for requests for proposals in the first quarter of 2026. And again, we're very supportive of the Board of Commissioners' support for this project. I think everybody understands the need for it. This is a great time to get started, and we're very excited, I think, just as y'all are.
George, I just want to thank you and Tabitha and Erica for all the help that you provided me through the years for this project right here. This is something that's been talked about for a long time, getting an I-75 connection point in Paulding County. And I want to thank Commissioner Steve Taylor up in Bartow County as well. He has been an advocate for this project. So thank all you guys for your hard work on this. This has been a long time coming. So by the joint resolution now, we can ask for the state support on this, because we're going to need a lot of funds to make this happen. So thank you.
No, like I said, thank y'all. And again, this is an ambitious project, but it's a great project. The benefits are obvious, and like I said, every long journey begins with the first step. So we're excited.
So George, the $1 million question that everybody has, give a general timeline of what you think could happen.
Again, originally when this project was looked at back in the early 2000s, you had 3 counties. Now you have 2 counties involved. But again, it takes a while. You're having to deal with the federal government. Getting an interchange is not something that's approved in one day. These are extensive studies. So, I mean, you're talking, a decade plus, Again, but we've got to start the process to actually get there, and we've got to be able to preserve these corridors, or else we're going to lose out. So the time is now.
Any other questions, comments, and maybe?
When I first came on, this is one of the first projects that we got involved with, and we took a bus to Bartow County and sat there with Bartow and Cobb County. They both bowed out because they just weren't ready yet, and Cobb never came back to the table, but thank God that Keith picked this up, and he took the ball and ran with it. So I appreciate that, because we have been working on it a long time, and that tells you how long it takes to start a project and get to the finish line. So thanks everybody that was involved in this.
And special thanks to Keith. I know he's put a lot of time, effort, and energy in this, and maybe I can, Dean, get you closer to an answer, because I am meeting with GDOT today. Thank you.
We'll be expecting great results.
Yeah. Me too. Thank you, Mr. Jones. Next, discuss action to recommend the Board of Commissioners award the renewal of flow monitoring services to ADS Environmental Service in the amount not to exceed $315,732 for the period of December the 1st of 2025 through November the 30th, 2026. From the Renewal and Expansion Fund, Mr. Wooten.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm a little bit shorter than George.
A little.
But we use, the county currently has 32 flow meters. We also have an additional 4 rain gauges that we use to monitor sewer flow entering our system. Our series of flow monitors helps us to watch the system if there's any spills or any anomalies. We also have, as part of this program, a website we can pull up and actually go to areas, so it makes our response a lot quicker. And the water system is requesting that we extend services with ADS that gives us this network, as well as the software and website to follow, to go for another year from December 1st, 2025 through November 30th, 2026. In addition to that, we use these flow monitors, and it helped us to come up with our master plan that is going to take us into the future through 2060. So the water system is asking for the Board of Commissioners to award the renewal of the flow monitoring services with ADS in the amount not to exceed $315,732 for the period of December 1st, 2025 through November 30th, 2026. And if there are any questions.
Don't look like it. Thank you, Mr. Wooten. Appreciate it. And the next one you'll be talking about is discuss action to approve the development agreement with Blue River Development LLC and Paulding County for developing contribution to the Cadillac reroute projects on Gateway North Phase 1. The project is located in Post 3.
The Paulding County system has a gravity sanitary sewer system of pipes, lift stations, and force mains that operate throughout the county. In one area, we have a pump station known as the Rake Straw Lift Station that's over 20 years old that is at capacity. Part of the way to remove the current capacity that is hitting that lift station is rerouting flow through what design that we've got called the Cadillac Reroute Project. The reroute project will take approximately 40% of flow off of the Rake Straw facility. This is another agreement, of which I believe this is the 5th in our series, but this is an agreement between us by adding Blue River Development as another apartment and completing the Cadillac reroute, moving flow from Rake Straw Lift Station to the Cadillac Lift Station. The contribution to the water department improvements will be $1,104,776.52, allowing them to develop phase 1 of their proposed development in Hiram. We are requesting the Board of Commissioners approve the development agreement with the Blue River Development LLC for contribution to the Cadillac Reroute Project. And this is in post 3.
Any questions, comments? I don't see any. Next one, Mr. Wooten, to be discussed action to enter into a contract with Brennan Jones Engineering Associates LLC for engineering support on the Paulding County Jail Gravity Sewer Screen Project in the amount of $70,545,000. Funding will be allocated through the general fund, and the project will be located in post 2.
Okay, the Paulding County Jail Gravity Sewer currently has a manually cleaned bar screen located directly behind the jail. There are some dangers and other things, and there's a lot of complexity with the cleaning of that bar screen that we have directly behind the jail. So we have been working with the jail to create a plan to take that from behind the jail to an area near the maintenance department with an automatically cleaned screen that would be tied to the existing SCADA network, so the water system can oversee the removal of the waste that comes from the jail. In order to assist with the design and bidding for this, we would like to award Brennan Jones Engineering Associates with a contract, or we would like the board to support us in awarding a contract with Brennan Jones Engineering for support on the Paulding County Jail Gravity Sewer Screen Project in the amount of $70,545 funded through general funds. And this will allow us as the water system to help maintain the system that is currently being maintained by the jail.
Any questions, comments?
I guess I wondered why it wasn't built that way to start with. Was there equipment up there? Or, I mean, nobody wants that job.
Yeah. Well, it goes back to the history. There were a lot of different ideas when it first was designed going to the Dallas sewer system as to why that particular layout was set up. I don't have that information, but what this does is it removes it away from the jail back to an area we can get to it, and now the water system will take it away from the jail having to operate. But I don't know the original conditions behind why it was located there with that particular bar screen. I can find out though.
Okay, thank you.
Any others? Thank you, Mr. Wood.
Getting this done. I mean, it will take a huge load off of everybody.
No pun intended. Is that? And it will lower our liability.
That is correct.
In a lot of areas. Any others?
Okay.
Okay. Next, Discuss action to authorize the chairman to execute options to purchase the right-of-way for the sale of realty in parcel 54. Partial ID is 031.2.4.0.27.quad 0 in the amount of $60,000. Partial 60, partial ID 031.2.4.044.quad 0 in the amount of $99,000. And partial 61, partial ID is 031.2.4.006.quad 0 in the amount of $115,000 from the Cedar Crest Road Widening Project, PI 13700. Funding will be from the SPLOST with reimbursements up to $5 million from the Federal Highway Administration. The project is located in posts 1 and 4. Mr. Jones.
In December 2017, the Board of Commissioners approved awarding a contract to Trans-Systems for preliminary engineering for the Cedar Crest Road Widening Project, going from Harmony Grove Church Road to the Cobb County line, located in Post 1 and Post 4. In October of 2023, the Board of Commissioners awarded a consultant services agreement to BM&K for the right-of-way acquisition. Federal funding for this project was secured with the Atlanta Regional Commission in the amount of $5 million with a 20% match from the county. With the federal funding awarded to the project, the Georgia Department of Transportation is overseeing the project management. During the right-of-way phase, the consultant right-of-way acquisition team establishes a property value for each parcel required for the project. These values are then submitted to GDOT for review and concurrence. Once approval is received from GDOT, the consultant on behalf of the county initiates contacting property owners regarding project impacts to their parcels, as well as compensation and acquisition. We're asking the board to approve acquisition of 3 parcels. Those parcels are parcel 54, parcel ID number 031.2.4.0.27.0000 in the amount of $60,000. Parcel 60, which is parcel ID 031.2.4.044.0000 in the amount of $99,000, and parcel 61, parcel ID 031.2.4.006.000 in the amount of $115,000. If this is approved, funding will be from SPLOST with a reimbursement of up to $5 million from the FHWA.
Any questions, comments? I do know, George, this is another important one for Paulding County also.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
And it's high on the radar.
Yes, sir. Yeah, right now at this point in time, we're on schedule for a May of 2027 let date, provided all construction funding can be acquired. Thank you.
Any others? Thank you, Mr. Jones.
Thank you.
Next, we discuss action to approve resolution 2025-44, asking the state delegation to approve the technology fee for the magistrate court. Ms. Paul.
Thank you. The magistrate court, as well as the state court in number 24, have come to the board and they've asked for a technology fee. Over the past few years, well, since COVID, technology's become imperative in the courtroom, and so we have expensed quite a bit of funds to put those that AV equipment in there. This will give them the ability to place a fee on the ones utilizing the service. So this will allow them up to $10 based on what their budget is for each given year, and they will be able to obtain the revenue to offset that expense. The next steps to this is once you pass the resolution, we'll send it to the state. The state then has to take it to the legislature in 2026, and they will approve or send back to us once that's approved.
Any questions, comments from the board? It's not. The next one, we'll discuss action to approve resolution 2025-46, action of state delegation to approve the technology fee for the state court, which is
same thing, just the state court. So both courts are asking for a technology fee.
Any questions on that one? Okay, next we will discuss action to adopt ordinance 2025-08, prohibiting the transfer of sale of domestic animals in certain public areas in accordance with the prohibitions of Georgia. It's House Bill 331, which was effective July the 1st of 2025. Mr. Phillips.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This was a House bill sponsored by Representative Joseph Gullett. It went into effect this past summer. As it stated, it criminalizes certain sales of dogs, cats, and rabbits statewide, from things like public rights-of-way, commercial parking lots, flea markets, so that any of those sales are properly done in a more regulated fashion. This ordinance creates the same prohibition at the county level, which will allow our animal control department to issue citations for any violations that they become aware of. And it is simply a mirror image of what's in state law, but it gives our animal control at the local level the tools to do it without having to arrest people and take them to the jail. We can instead process it by citation.
Any questions or comments for Mr. Phillips? And there are none. That is actually the conclusion of our regular business. We don't have any public participation on non-agenda items at this time. Is there any announcements or comments that the board would like to bring up at this time? Virginia, I know you got something.
Actually, I'm gonna recognize I know we recognized her presence, but Councilwoman Doris Davy, and former Mayor of Hiram, is here today. And she just had her last meeting with the City of Hiram, and there was a good crowd there to support her.
Yep.
And anyway, just wanted to express my appreciation for her years of service. Thank you.
Good. Any others? I don't look like it, so I will say that we are now going to executive session for real estate personnel and litigation. So I will need a motion to go into executive session.
Motion to go into executive session for real estate?
Personnel.
Real estate, personnel, and litigation.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And we will adjourn from the executive session, so we won't be back out here. We are dismissed. Thank you.